Guys, so it's Shay Toya. I thought I would talk about my recent book that I just read. So I had an opportunity to read Dave Ramsey, The Total Money Makeover. This was a wonderful book. It took me about 2 to 3 weeks to read this book. I read a chapter a day. It was a simple read. Um, so I truly believe that no matter where you are when it comes to your finances, I think this is a great book for you to read. So one of the concepts that I'm going to talk about that Dave Ramsey talked about in the book is the baby steps. The baby steps is small steps that you take to become financially free. So the first step that he talks about is to save $1,000 in the emergency fund, which to a lot of people this step might sound simple. And if you have $1,000 already, you can take that money and place it into your emergency fund. But if you don't, that's not a problem. So the first step is to be focused on getting $1,000 that you could use if emergency pops up, instead of having to use a credit card or being stressed out because you don't have any money. And for those that say that they're living paycheck to paycheck, create a budget, see where you can cut, stop spending money, see where, maybe you have $100 worth of subscriptions, cancel those subscriptions and take that money and start saving it no matter how long it takes. So the next step is baby step 2. This is start paying off debt except your home. So we're actually going to use a concept called snowballing. Snowballing is taking the smallest debt. Let's say you have a $200 credit card and you pay that off first. And then once you actually pay off that $200 debt, you take off what you're paying a monthly for that credit card, and you take it to the next credit card. And then you keep going until you get all your debt paid for. And then of course, just a thought, let's say you guys have an emergency and your tire breaks down and you need $300. So go ahead and go back to step 1. Use your emergency fund. That's what it's for. Use the $300 once, and go back to baby step 1. And then once you actually have that emergency fund back to $1,000, then we're going to move to the next baby step, which is back to paying off debt. So baby step 3 is to have 3 to 6 months worth of a emergency fund. So we're going to work on building that emergency fund. So now you have no debt. You have, you're building on that 3 to 6 months. And honestly, depending on what you do for a living, if you're self-employed, you should have about 6 months worth of a emergency fund. And then for the next one is baby step 4. You're going to invest 15% income into your retirement. And also you're going to be doing step 5 and step 6 at the same time as well. And then depending on your situation, is on exactly how much you're going to invest into each one. And so this baby step 5 is to save for your children's college fund. And of course, if you don't have any kids, this is something that you don't really have to worry about. So move on to the next one. And baby step 6 is to pay off your home early. So now that you have 3 to 6 months worth of an emergency fund, you have no debt. Now you're really able to focus on taking that money that you were paying for your debt, the money that you're paying. You're able to take that money and place it into pay off your house early. And then also the same thing goes for the money that you're paying for your debt. You're also able to put it into your retirement and stuff like that as well. So the next thing you're going to do is baby step 7. Baby step 7, I think all of us are actually get very excited about. Baby step 7 is to start building wealth. However you decide to do this, there's many different vehicles that you can check into on how to build this concept. And then also part of baby step 7 is the giving your money away. If you want to give away to charities, if you want to give to the church, something that you believe in, this step right here, you're really truly able to provide for others. It's not just about making money, but also being able to provide for others. If you have all the money in the world, being able to make sure that other people can live as well, and you can feel good about what you do. And then also what Dave Ramsey talks about in this book is the importance of insurance, making sure that you protect yourself. And, he believes in term life insurance. And there's so many different things that, he talked about in this book that I truly believe in. And I think you should read it as well. I provided a quick glimpse of the book. And I believe that you should check it out as well. And thank you for listening to me.